Hi, welcome to SGDA's second game of the show. That would be Contract Killer from UCSD. I'm Jason Jauffret. I am the co-president of SGDA.
My name is Idris Filthker. I'm the webmaster of SGDA, and also I will be showcasing this game as well. And we'd like to welcome our second showcase games, Contract Killer. Matthew, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Matthew. I'm going to be a third-year computer science major, and I worked on mostly programming for this project.
Next.
Hi.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Aiden. I'm an incoming fourth year cognitive science major, and I am the main artist and musician for this project.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex. I'm a third-year CS major, and I'm working on programming for Contract Killer.
Hi everyone, I'm a fourth year CS student at UCSD. I also did programming on this project.
Awesome. Thank you guys for speaking with us, and I believe that you guys will be playing the game today.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Awesome. So you guys can feel free to start streaming, and as the game is played, we will be asking our questions about it, about development. The first, I guess, is where are you guys calling from? Are you from the same university or?
We are from UCSD. We're all from the same university. Yes. Also, how's this volume? Gonna unmute it here. Good. Yeah, we all kind of met in our game development club at UCSD, VGDC, Video Game Development Club.
Okay.
And so a few of us are officers in that, and but we kind of just started this project as a game jam for VGDC. So for one of the game jams we held this year, we were just like, hey, let's make a game. And we've been working on it since then. It's been like a few months. So
There we go. So the game got started through a game jam with UCSD. Where did y'all get the idea of the game itself from?
I think it mostly came from how the theme was set up. The theme for the game jam was I didn't sign up for this. That's something one of our members came up with, and I think from there we kind of just thought of the idea of like a contract fighting game with writing utensils, and after that we kind of just built on that idea quite a bit.
And anybody else can also feel free to hop on and answer.
I think one more, like the art direction is, specifically was inspired by a tweet we saw a while back where we knew we had a game jam coming up, and we saw someone use the Paper Mario style but with pixel art, and I think I remember sending it over to these guys, and I'm like, yo, we should do our next game in this style, and we didn't think it was going to work at first, but we like the way it looks so far.
I played through it earlier, and the art style is super cool. It's the art style, the music, the levels. I had a lot of fun with it. And I guess if you guys could each go through your roles in development and kind of go a little bit more in detail about it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll start off with that. And I said I was mostly involved with programming, but I also just have a lot of past experience in Unity. So I guess kind of setting up the whole game, especially during the game jam, was kind of most of my role. And I've built off of a lot of other game jams, so I kind of knew going into it how the project should be set up, and that's really helped because otherwise we'd have a lot of systems that don't really work together. But we kind of actually like spent a lot of time planning the beginning as well, so we have a pretty good system of like how the combat works, how everything interacts, so that it was a lot easier to build off of it. The weeks after the game jam ended, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mainly focus on the combat. I would say, like the fire hydrants breaking and stuff. That's one of the first things I worked on after the game jam.
Fire hydrants and beat 'em ups are a very iconic duo.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Alex, do you want to
Sure. Yeah, so this is actually one of my first big projects in Unity. Previously, I was working with Aiden on a 2D platformer in GameMaker. So I've been learning a bunch thanks to Leon and Matt on just the Unity systems and how powerful they are. So this has been a great experience for me. As far as what I've been focusing on the project, I started with like the waves system here. So we have the enemies come in subwaves and randomly spawn on each side just to mix up combat each time you play. I also tinkered with the enemy AI a bit to get them to only have a certain amount of enemies focusing on the player at once. That way, it's not just being bombarded. Just to make it balanced and fun that way.
Making sure it's fair, like making sure they don't get overwhelmed.
Exactly.
When you said waves, I originally thought you meant the water itself.
Oh no, like the enemy subwaves and how they come in. And then I've currently recently been looking into networking because right now we only support local co-op, so we're actually just remote desktoped into the game right here. But,
okay.
In the future, we're hoping to be able to support just online co-op. So I've been doing a bunch of research in that, getting some test implementations of that, and yeah, it's been going good so far.
That would be difficult to manage during just like a small game jam.
Yeah, definitely. That was only in scope after we decided to keep working on it after the game jam.
that makes complete sense. Leon, do you want to? Oh, sorry, Alex.
No, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I'm also a main programmer on this project. I would say this is also like one of my bigger projects I've worked on in Unity. For the game jam version, I mostly worked on like the enemy AI, and right now I'm just polishing enemy AI to make them feel more fluid and stuff like that. Also worked in the shader code, so like you can see like different characters have a different skin on. We focused on that post game jam.
Okay.
So that's all like shader palette swaps and stuff.
And also working with like the flipping around the characters.
Yeah.
And making sure that works out as they flip around, because you're gonna be switching directions a lot to beat them up.
Yeah, that was a difficulty too.
Aiden, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
Yeah. So as Alex said earlier, a lot of his experience was from that one 2D project in GameMaker. A lot of my experience also comes from there. I've been doing pixel art for a year and a half, 2 years, and I think all of my animation skills came from that one project. So this is the first time I've been able to sit down and apply. This is the culmination of my skills as an artist. As for music, I've been doing it on and off for the last 6 years. And during the game jam, we had a very specific style of music, more like Streets of Rage, more specifically Streets of Rage 4, and that changed to a more West Side kind of jazz as we gave the game more character. But yeah, I'm the musician and artist, and yeah, I don't do any programming.
Our last game actually was made in GameMaker, so coming directly from GameMaker into Unity game with people who have also worked in GameMaker is perfect timing for this showcase.
Awesome.
Do you guys? So this is right now on the game page as well. It's stated as an alpha. What are your plans for the future of the development of this game?
Right. So we're hoping. I think after the game jam, we kind of set out to make a Steam release, and so we're kind of sticking to that. It's been almost 5 months now, probably 5 months now. We started in late January. Like the game jam started, then it was a week long, and after that, like, hey, we were like, hey, we could probably release this on Steam as like one of those small releases,
I can totally see this being a full
that's
release.
our plan. Yeah, and we're working towards releasing during the summer of this year, so we're pretty close now.
Okay.
Still got a lot of development stuff to get going, but I think we're in a really good spot because we have like a lot of the systems in place now. We worked really hard to make sure everything's kind of set up for increasing like the scope of levels and stuff. So yeah.
It does look like I can totally see this being on Steam as a full project. And
Yeah, we already have a Steam page up for just Contract Killer, so
oh,
y'all want to look at that. We spent a lot of time putting the page together. Anybody watching, I mean.
I
Check us
feel
out.
free to put it in the chat,
Oh yeah.
both the Twitch chat and also the Summit Discord, because I'm sure the people are going to want to wishlist this as soon as possible. One thing that I really do like about this game is like the personality of each of the playable characters, as well as just the personality in general. Like each one feels very distinct in terms of their like moveset.
Yeah, Aiden
Awesome.
worked a lot on the character designs.
I'm super flattered. Thank you. Yeah, that was really fun to work on. I'm glad that it worked out.
The music too was also very. I really like the direction that it's going, and also seeing that it did actually change in development is it's cool to see, because a lot of people kind of think that when a game starts, like it has to stay on that path, but you guys have shown that doesn't always happen for every element of game design. I guess for the last question, do you guys have any closing remarks, any sort of advice to anybody watching, or just quick little final remarks?
Like I said, you know, actually wishlisting us on Steam is like a super helpful thing for any game you like. Really, you should just wishlist it. We have a Twitter that we can probably post in like the Discord, and we really appreciate y'all watching, you know, all the viewers, because working on this has been pretty fun, but we don't get to show it off very often, especially being remote. So, thank you.
Right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And thank you all so much for staying with us, for submitting your game, and we're really looking forward to seeing the future of the development.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks. Looking forward to showing it off.